Want to find great stocks? Stop just reading earnings reports. Start understanding products. The biggest stock market winners aren't made when profits are already soaring. They're made when a company has the perfect product for a market that's about to explode. And right now, we are heading into a very rare setup. The Federal Reserve is getting ready to cut interest rates. Historically, that single event creates massive opportunities, especially for growth stocks. So today, I'm going to show you 3 smaller AI infrastructure companies that could see huge benefits as rates fall and AI spending accelerates. These aren't hype stocks or lottery tickets. They're companies providing the critical tools and infrastructure for the entire AI revolution. Let's dive in. First, why do rate cuts matter so much? When the Fed cuts rates, 2 big things happen. 1. Borrowing gets cheaper. That means consumers spend more, businesses invest more, and companies can expand faster. This all leads to higher revenues and bigger profits. But here's the second effect most people miss. Lower interest rates make boring old bonds and savings accounts way less attractive. So, what happens? Capital floods out of those assets and into the stock market. When that happens, stocks don't just grow their earnings, their valuation multiples also expand. So you get a double whammy. Earnings go up, and the price people are willing to pay for those earnings goes up. Historically, when the Fed starts cutting rates while the economy is still growing, the S&P 500 has returned about 20% over the next year. But here's the kicker. Growth stocks typically crush value stocks during these periods, often outperforming by nearly double. And this time could be even more extreme. Why? Because we're in the middle of a massive AI infrastructure build-out. Giants like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Meta are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into building new data centers. So instead of trying to guess which AI app will win, I'd much rather own the companies selling the picks and shovels. And that brings us to our first stock. CoreWeave. Their mission is simple: be the Amazon Web Services for AI. They run 41 specialized AI data centers across North America and Europe. Inside? Over 300,000 of NVIDIA's most powerful GPUs. But the real story here isn't just the number of chips, it's the power capacity. CoreWeave has access to a massive amount of power, enough to support over 1 million GPUs in the long run. Their customers are the biggest names in AI, labs like OpenAI, big companies adding AI to their business, and even the hyperscalers themselves who need extra capacity. Their key advantage? They get priority access to NVIDIA's latest and greatest chips. In the world of AI, having the best computers is everything. Revenue is up 134% year over year, and their contracted backlog is over $55 billion. That's more guaranteed future revenue than their entire market cap today. Next up, Arista Networks. Here's something a lot of investors miss. AI isn't just about powerful chips. It's about connecting thousands of them together so they can work as one giant brain. If the network connecting them is slow, the whole system grinds to a halt. That's where Arista shines. They build the ultra-high-speed networking switches that make these AI clusters possible. Their systems are designed for one thing: moving massive amounts of data with almost zero delay. As AI data centers get bigger and bigger, the network becomes the most critical piece of the puzzle. An AI factory is only as strong as its weakest link, and Arista makes sure that link never breaks. Finally, let's talk about the unsung hero of AI memory. Specifically, high bandwidth memory, or HBM. You can't run these new massive AI models without it. HBM is a special kind of memory that feeds data to the GPU at incredible speeds. Think of it as the superfast fuel line for the AI engine. Micron is a leader here, controlling over 20% of the global market for this type of memory. Demand for HBM is exploding right alongside the demand for GPUs. Micron's memory revenue has been growing rapidly, up over 60% year over year. As AI factories get built, they need more compute, more networking, and a whole lot more memory. So here's the big picture strategy. With these 3 stocks, you own the whole stack. CoreWeave is the raw compute infrastructure. Arista is the networking infrastructure that ties it all together. And Micron is the memory infrastructure that feeds the beast. It doesn't matter which AI model wins or which tech giant comes out on top. They all need these fundamental building blocks. This isn't about guessing what's next. It's about owning the foundation of the AI economy. The best returns in the stock market don't come from reacting to news. They come from positioning yourself early for major trends. As the Fed starts to cut rates, a wave of capital is coming. The question is, where will it go? In my view, AI infrastructure is one of the clearest, most powerful growth stories in the market today. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest opportunities in tech. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.